So as everybody suspected, as Nnamdi and Tunde suspected, it's looking like Inter Milan is not slowing down. They also got the result to maintain their advantage. I think personally, I would have preferred it if Premiership was like this at this stage as opposed to what it is now. Because on some level, the excitement at the top of the Premier League is it's cold. The only excitement we have is because we have Henry here to keep reminding that they can win the remaining of their games. And they are actually out of the title race. Like title race being over before match ends is a little bit boring. But luckily, we have other beautiful stories in the Premier League happening in terms of people fighting for top four and how many points separate 10th from fourth, about 5 points or something of that nature. Thank God we still have those to look forward to. Um, FA Cup quarterfinals review. Um, City proved me wrong and got the result against Bournemouth. Although it took an extremely fresh leg and fresh mindset in O'Reilly to actually make that impact for them, which is saying something still. Supposed to, in terms of the real names not being able to, the real names not being able to do the normal City doings, it actually takes someone from the bench to and a very very fresh face to come do it. Um, I'll take this to Henry. At least it is not Liverpool, so he can actually give us something objective about it without any bias. Well, how did you see the game? Or the highlights, whichever one you watched. Bournemouth City. Anything insightful you had on there?
No.
He said no. He said no. How can you say no?
Hey, he can say no if he chooses to say no. I have an idea why he said no. I think he said no because Mamouche, the overpriced striker, came from the bench and actually scored to give them the win.
Can we still call him overpriced, or can we be reasonable now?
Well, first of all, what do you
Okay,
mean by what do you mean by I
by
wish
what?
the EPL was interesting this season like the Italian league? When did the
No.
Italian league start becoming interesting?
Okay. Hold
The
on,
last
hold
two
on, hold
seasons
on.
that we've challenged to the end of the season, you just discredit those like we don't see
No.
No,
these
no, no.
things
You did
Okay.
your best. You did
in
your best.
Wait.
You tried.
wait,
Um.
no, wait. Hold on. If it
Don't
was
mind them. You
mind you
did your
that if it
best.
was mind you that challenged to the end of the season, probably would call it. We won't just forget. So now because us now
Listen,
challenge.
man, you
No, no,
But we
no.
are
challenge.
not. But we are not
Hold on.
talking about
Wait.
last season. We are talking about this season. Let's talk about
But
this
he
season now.
said
Let's
he
Right.
move
said
past last
Ah,
season.
he
Boss,
cited it as
boss.
though
Sorry,
the EPL
sorry.
happens like that every year,
That's not
bro.
okay.
what he said. That's not what he said.
First of all, Henry. In the legendary words of where I'm from, Castile Repori, understand? Wafi to the world. I get them before no be property. All things have
No,
passed
no, no.
away.
What I'm saying
Behold,
is,
all things have become new.
what I'm saying
This
is,
season,
if
this season, the title challenge is over.
2004
hold
is
on,
21 years ago.
this
That's it.
season is
So it's
over.
not exciting.
Yes,
You're not
we
looking
agree.
forward
But
to.
you sounded as though what is happening in Italy is like the bro. We see this almost every year in the EPL, man, where two
Yes,
teams
but
are
but
running
we
it
are not
back.
seeing it this season. We are not seeing it this season. I wish it was like that this season. Because if you're talking about that, we've seen more exciting ones. As a Man U fan now, you don't hear me going around say, that year that the Aguero scored it took the last 3 minutes of injury time. So we are fighting to the end. Yeah, it's happened. But this season it's not like that. So it's looking like, hey, we've been saying it since the title race is over. It's over.
I just want to check you to know the EPL with challenge as well. This season is just one of those seasons. Whatever is happening in Serie A is a fluke. Something that Juventus or Inter will win with like 20 points before February. So I'll put my glasses back just so I can put my Swaggwu personality back on because I was getting pissed.
You can show me that season when Inter and Juventus won by 20 points before the end of the season.
That's a good question. Henry, answer it.
Well, on a regular, man, we know Juventus or one of the teams just own the rest of the league almost every year.
Today, the truth of the matter is this: one of the things that made me and a few people like me look down on Serie A after a while was after AC Milan made that mistake that they made of letting everybody age together, all their quality players age together, and then if you started struggling, whatever Berlusconi did with your team, it now looked like every player in Italy, once they get the chance to go to Juventus, they just go there because they know they will win the league. When they win the league, like they're happy. Similar team with Bayern, like some players just like they are doing like, let me just play for Bayern, win the league, and anything else that happens to my career, I don't. It was looking like the rest of Serie A was feeder team for Juventus, similar to Bayern. The rest of the Bundesliga is like feeder team to them. Lewandowski is busting everybody. We need a nine. Lewandowski come. Hey, Götze is busting everywhere. Yeah, Götze come. Goretzka is busting in Shaka. Goretzka
Yeah,
come.
tell them,
Sane
tell
is
them,
busting
tell
in
them,
Shaki.
tell
Come.
them,
It's like
tell them.
it was.
That's what I'm
It was
saying.
looking
That's what
like
I'm
that
saying.
back in the day.
Is it safe to say you can't say same for EPL? Not because it doesn't happen, it's because those small teams don't have good enough quality that they can pick out from their team, those small team, and bring into the.
Really?
Okay, tell me one player that Man City can pick out from Fulham and then would fit into Fulham. Just give me one player.
Anthony Robinson,
Thank you very much.
Which Robinson?
Left back.
Which Anthony Robinson?
left back.
Okay.
But it's true now.
Hey, we both know the player you just mentioned now is not Man City. I'm talking about Man City quality.
He is.
Because okay,
He's one of the best fullbacks in the EPL this season,
this is
defensively and attack.
Yeah, that's the truth.
hope you know that Mario Götze was a quality, came in as a quality, remained a quality. I'm not talking of somebody that has been playing for the past 4 seasons and they just discover him this season that is he just like coming to tell me
Okay.
Chris Wood.
Um. So by
Yeah,
your hold on by what you're
argue.
saying,
So,
by what you're
so
saying,
wait,
Funny
one sec.
enough, with Nottingham Forest, Anthony Elanga.
Mm,
All right, no
He's
worries.
done
really,
Let's
three
go.
seasons now.
The
I don't
same
I don't
way,
I did not rate that to Lelanga, Sha.
no, wait.
mm.
The
Personally,
same way, the same way. Some years ago, they would have said
How
Doku.
do I know?
We know what Doku is doing in Man City. Doku knows how to play, right? We know what he's doing in Man City now.
They
Because
didn't
at the
buy
end of the
Doku
day,
from
and
an
that's
English. They
Maybe
didn't buy
Doku Skelewu.
I'm just telling you,
they didn't buy Doku from English
I'm
team.
just
They
telling
bought
you,
Doku from outside England.
this play. See, however, because all what you guys are saying, you can't start it with Syria. I know that Syria is not in their glory stage now. They've gone past that stage. But for you to, I'm not going to take any form of, oh, this league. Did Man City not win 6 EPL? Who has cried?
Hold on. You're not listening.
Who has cried?
You're not listen. Hold on. You're not listening.
Okay.
Now, this is what I'm saying. So, when I started watching football, I like being honest about this particular information. 2004 is when I started watching football. When I started watching football, Bayern was the team. Then they had the Roy Mackay, Santa Cruz. In Champions League, you see them, they were competing, but they were not like overwhelmingly good. Like they were okay, they were like good quality, but you could not like easily just call Bayern and call Arsenal and think that Bayern at that 2014 and 5 would just beat Arsenal the way they started doing later, sha. Understand? uh But after Bayern somehow dwindled out with the Roy Mackays and Santa Cruz, when they even sold Santa Cruz to Blackburn, I don't know where Roy Mackay went to. They removed some people like Van Boyton. There are some weird players that were there at the time, some very fantastic ones, and like Roberto was there at the time, I think. And then when they came back, when they reinvented themselves, once one player is busting, when Dortmund came back, because Dortmund is one very, it was almost as though it was Dortmund they are targeting for me. Once one player is busting like this, they just go and just pick the player. The player just same thing happened to Juventus. By the time AC Milan and Inter Milan and even what's their name, Roma at the time died off, they just go to wherever one player that is busting, just pick the player, put in their team. Juventus had so much players that if you're trying to use them on video game, you don't even know who to start.
Tell him.
What year? Excuse me. What year are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, what year are you talking about?
The years, okay, I'm talking of the years when you had Ayakinta and Kuranyi, you had Jaccarini in midfield, Pello, like those years when Juventus came back. Hold on now, when Juventus came back from their whatever, from their
bro.
punishment,
When they came back from
I
their
think just go.
punishment, Pello was still in Milan. Pello went to Juventus
Yes, now when
at
they,
the age of I
I,
think 30, I think about 30 something.
I'm
He
not
was
saying
already
that
past
they pick the best
his
young
prime.
players.
It was not
No,
past
I'm
his
saying,
prime.
Do
listen,
you say
he was past his prime.
Yes,
He
this
was
is
past
what
his
I
not
prime.
past
love.
his
This
prime.
is
Don't
this is what I
swallow,
love. Argue.
okay?
That's it.
Tunde,
Argue it out.
Tunde,
let's swallow
Tunde,
that
You
he was
just
not
want
past
to
his
put.
prime. I'm still
you need
annoyed.
to
When
understand what I'm saying.
did
Yes, I
hold on,
love this.
please.
God, I'm
Please,
happy.
let me hold on, please.
Pello
When
went as an old man. Yes,
when how old no,
Mm.
how old was he when he went to?
I don't know the age. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I knew the particular age.
It's just like saying, "Oh, Madrid left Ronaldo. Oh, they shouldn't have let him go." Every club have their principle.
I'm not talking about AC Milan now. I'm talking about Juventus and the league because now you're talking Pello. Pello is just one example. They went to Fiorentina and collected this guy. What's his name? What's his name? What's the name of this guy that's in Atalanta now? That was in Chelsea. Quadrado. Like they just buy Jaccarini and say, what's it? No, it's not Jaccarini. Yeah, Jaccarini. He just went there. He won the league. From there, imagine from Juventus, he's going to Stoke City. Can be Sunderland. Where did he go to?
Let me paint a clearer picture so that we can round up this thing and then just let it slide.
Let what slide. Let what slide. That EPL this year is not competitive. Or we
Okay.
For every league,
Yes.
there are big boys in every
Yes.
league.
Normal level. Normal level.
You can say, oh, Bayern is doing this. Have you noticed that during transfer window, the most silent club in transfer window is Dortmund? You won't see them run after any player. They won't say they are doing this. You just be watching their match and then you see that they've signed 3 or 4 players, quality players from other smaller clubs.
Somewhere.
Smaller clubs are naturally in every league are naturally breeding space
Feeder clubs.
for other big clubs. Okay, why do you think Madrid will get a player, sign a player, and then send the player to Malaga to go and play 2 seasons? Why? It is because they know the player will get quality time playing in this place, and that's the reason why it is easier. You can say this thing and say, "Oh, Bayern is buying," but if Shakhtar gets a player, Shakhtar, for example, gets a player, and the player has developed to a Champions League standard player, do they have the facility or the financial capability to keep him? The answer is no. A big team will definitely come. If Bayern is not buying at the end of the day, Madrid will buy. Go and look at Madrid bench. The players in Madrid bench are players that will start in almost any team in Europe, and they are sitting on the bench.
Case in point, Brian Diaz.
At
We
the end of the
know
day,
this thing. We're not talking about Madrid
the
now.
picture,
We
relax.
know
The
what
picture I'm
Madrid is.
painting, even this young guy,
Adagula.
yeah, Adangula. Look at that guy.
Adagula will start for Chelsea. But
He will start in Milan.
Who is that?
Gola, the Turkish guy, the Turkish winger.
Why the Gule?
He will start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he will start. But
see.
the thing is,
See.
no, wait,
The,
let me learn. So what I'm saying, in
okay.
essence, is that some leagues have more of those teams than some other leagues, and this is because of the finance. We have to be sincere with ourselves. The finance that goes around in EPL is more than the finance that goes around in other leagues. So it is only imperative that you will see the likes of Man U, Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, uh, now Newcastle, Aston Villa, now being in that race to say, okay, if Man U wants to sign this player, we can also say we want to sign this player. oh, if Chelsea are saying they want to sign this player, we can also say we can. Some 3-4 years ago, will Aston Villa do that? No.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, this thing is not about one league
Tunde,
is this one. This is why this is happening.
Tunde,
That's not the reason why things are
Tunde,
happening in this
first of
league.
all, I need you to understand
Leverkusen
something.
won the Bundesliga last season without
Tunde,
any
you need
major
to
signing.